What is going on? Welcome to Heaven on Earth. I'm Michael, the Leo Mystic. This is where I channel the astrological guidance for the 23rd until the 29th of August. Happy Virgo season, baby. And every new season, every beginning of a new season is an opening of the Heaven on Earth community, where we have like-minded individuals that are passionate about learning to trust the messages from their higher self. Basically getting in alignment with your soul. You get messages from Spirit monthly for your sun, your moon, and your ascendant sign. Oracle card readings, my Spirit team, and the astrology all in one, and telling you what the month will bring for your sun, moon, and ascendant sign. And then a tool to learn to align with the current, in this case, Virgo energy, and integrate and implement it in your life. A 6-step method from adaptation to alignment to the chakra portal to the expression and the manifestation stage, right? It's a unique method to learn how to do that. It's 12 years of experience and experimenting with meditation and astrology and mystical tools. And so basically, this is where we have then now currently 15 like-minded people that are learning to do that. So you're more than welcome to come and join. We have a monthly live call too, where I answer all your questions, and where this is about learning to be a leader in and of itself too. So it's not just me there, it's a community that helps one another. Every single person is taking its role. So, if you're passionate about learning to trust the message of yourself, go and check it out. Anyway, Virgo season is about the ultimate here and now. All right, so let's break it down, because Virgo is the sixth sign in the zodiac. All right, and we went from Aries to Taurus to Gemini to Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Leo is a development of the ego, all right? And it's about an expression, an embodiment of this is who I am. And then in Virgo, we, prepare ourselves to go to Libra, which is relationships and others. So from, Aries to Virgo, this is a development of the self. And Virgo then is about transformation and about humiliation of the ego. It was like, I am no longer the center of attention. As a matter of fact, I need to use myself to help others. So we do implement that Leo-ness, but when we learn, when we grow and evolve in Virgo stage, it's about serving others. So, and Virgo is an earth sign. So earth is about being grounded, just like Taurus. But Virgo is now aware and conscious of itself, right? And is about doing work, about analyzing, about judging. This is good, this is bad. And therefore it judges itself. Let me get closer to the camera, because otherwise you don't see me as well. So Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And Mercury is the mind. And it's about doing it step by step, because Virgo too is ruled or rules your health or illness. It is the stomach. It is processing information. It is purification. So in our steps, in whatever we do, every movement, Virgo is aware, needs to be aware of every step we take. When we get up until we go to sleep, there's a lot that goes on in our day, and Virgo rules the day-to-day routine. It's about getting straight on your routine, on your planning, your structure, and following what needs to be done, in a way, standards of conduct. So in order to purify that, it's like I would say maybe a purification of a soul in a way too. that is actually, that's Scorpio, but Virgo does it. Scorpio goes deep into the dark. Virgo works with matter. You know, Scorpio goes deep into the unconscious, the subconscious, like, ooh, where is the dark here? Virgo works with what is here present. And to be present with, for instance, you know, waking up and just being very aware of like, okay, this, I'm going to get up and not, you know, what we tend to do is project ourselves in the future. Oh, okay, I need to go make breakfast. So we're like, okay, I'm gonna go towards the breakfast. And whilst we're in the breakfast, we think about, okay, I need to go and make my planning. So we eat, and maybe we're not present, you know, with the food, and we go fast, and then we think, okay, when we do the planning, we think about, okay, I need to already, we see all the lists that we have to do, which is very Virgo-like, and then we say, oh shit, you know, I have to be at work. And so we prepare ourselves really fast, and it's just like a never-ending story of projecting ourselves in the future. But you can't purify something as deeply if you're not present, if you're not aware of what you are doing in the moment, in the action. So Virgo is the ultimate being in the action. It's the ultimate mindfulness. Really, it's the ultimate mindfulness, because it is not meditation in and of itself. It does include Virgo. It does include Mercury. So it has that mental aspect to it of like focus. But it is in doing the work, that is your true meditation. And you could say that Virgo is karma yoga, right? It is like being very aware of what your actions are, your words are, and your, maybe even your thoughts on your environment. So that is the invitation, and that's actually what we're going to focus on too in the Heaven on Earth community, to be so present with everything we do that the action becomes the meditation. And ultimately then, this is where we realize ourselves, that we don't, you know, we don't run away from ourselves. We are here and now with ourselves. So in a way, now with the start of Virgo season, you know, we started this Virgo season with a full moon in Pisces. So you could say that, you know, Pisces is about dreaming and is about going away as far as possible from, you know, maybe even the earth. Well, it includes it, right? But if you would be solely in Pisces, everything would be all right, and we're all one, and then there's nothing to do in a way, you know? But Virgo is about, no, you know, we need to get down to work. So that tension between these two is really, I would say, heaven on earth. And, you know, the fact that we start this Virgo season with a full moon in Pisces is very significant, that we are constantly going to have a tension between our imagination that's going to be super strong and being very dreamy, because the moon is Pisces, is the past, and so we have a tendency to escape more. But Sun in Virgo pulls us down. It says, no, you have to be here and now. And it's defining that tension between, you know, in a way, certain type of leap of faith of like, okay, everything's going to be all right. It's going to be very intense and very emotional, right? Full moon in Pisces, starting this Virgo season. So expect very emotional, you know, feelings and just like being all of a sudden thrown off. Also, you know, when we look at the chart in and of itself of the Virgo start of the season, you know, we have a Taurus ascendant. And that's about appreciation and about the beauty. And also being here, being now. So there's going to be more groundedness, I feel, this month that we're going to experience. And the fun is going to be in, you know, everything to do with children and relationships. And we have a Venus trine Saturn. And that's really like, relationships can bring us stability. However, at the begin, like in the middle of the week, we have a semi-square with Jupiter, you know, uh, and Venus opposite Chiron, and Chiron semi-square Jupiter. It's like we're gonna feel weird and isolated in a way, even though we're surrounded by so many people. We're gonna discover that we don't have the freedom anymore, that we, you know, that we are not taking the action that we need for ourselves. Or maybe we're doing that like even too much, and we're constantly being bombarded by judgments of our surroundings, telling us like, are you crazy? Why are you doing this? And why are you doing that? So Chiron in Aries there is getting some beating, and that's our self-image, and it's our weirdness. And you're going to feel isolated, weird, and, like I don't deserve it, or, maybe I am bad. And honestly, I'm here to say that you're not. Like, you have your own uniqueness, and it's okay to be that. And the healing here is in, becoming aware together of what that means, of going into dialogue. And there's a lot of misunderstandings that could come from this, especially with Jupiter in Aquarius, isolating and thinking that you have the, right answer. And so, discussions begin. And that's just because there's no clarity, and there's maybe not time enough taken with the other person. So, but Venus trine Saturn says if you do, and if you take time, and if you commit, and, but Chiron in Aries says, there's some healing to be done on your actions, on yourself, just standing up for yourself, your self-confidence. So it's finding that balance. Venus in Libra does really want to seek balance, but it's really hard to find. So, I think these are like the most important aspects. Something I do want to say is that we've been having Mars in Virgo, and Mercury in Virgo, and Venus in Virgo before the Sun came into Virgo. So we've been working kind of with that Virgo energy at a deeper, not so deep, but a somewhat deeper level than the Sun in Virgo. Sun in Virgo brings light to the Virgo traits of analyzing, judging, criticism, being here, being now, and working hard, and taking orders, and the humiliation of the ego, and all these things. But I feel like we've been working with that already. And I think in one way, it's going to bring more of that, obviously, but it's also going to show, all the things that we've been doing already, and the work that we've done. And we're going to see there's still so much more to be done. But I think, if there's some practice that we have to do, is looking back and seeing the things that we've already been doing, and appreciation, like Taurus ascendant, right? So that's something to be aware of. And I see in the chart too of the Virgo season beginning that there's a tension between the self-criticism and perfecting the self versus, feeling responsible for others. So there's kind of like this service and this work we want to do for others, and make sure that we feel in peace with the others, but then if we lose ourselves too much, because Moon in Pisces in the 10th house, we become maybe we might become a martyr, right? And we might punish ourselves. We might feel there's feelings of guilt that can come up, and so it's something to be aware of. So that's why I'm saying is Virgo, even though sometimes it gets a bad rap, as in like critic and judging, but it's about being aware of what you judge and why and how. And I feel like, this is the ultimate meditation, the ultimate being aware of your words. What are you speaking in your mind? What are you speaking out? And what is the impact? Why are you saying that? And it's okay to say that. What feeling does it accompany? And, be easy on yourself too, like, progress, because Virgo always finds what's wrong. And if we lose ourselves in the mind and we don't become grounded in the body, we might think that we have to do more and more and more and more. And as a matter of fact, now that I think of it, this morning I did the 20th party of the Japji Sahib of Gurmukhi of the Sikhs, which is a meditation of the soul, and it's a recitation of text, the 20th verse. And it's very interesting that the verse goes like, when your clothes are dirty, you can wash them with soap, right? But when your mind is stained, the only thing that can, purify it is the recitation of the Nam, of the name, of, the truth, of truth. And what is truth, And ultimately, we would say that's, this is a long discussion, but like love and harmony and balance and neutrality and finding harmony and peace, is the natural state in creativity, creation, and letting go, surrendering. But the reason I'm saying it is because it says also the only, like, you can recite it as much as you want, you can speak as much truth as you want, but only actions are recorded. Only actions are recorded by the soul that lives throughout, many lifetimes. And where suffering might come from if we keep getting stuck in the mind and keep thinking that we have to, or that we visualize and we imagine. And, this, I feel like that's kind of like that moon in Pisces. We can imagine, we can feel like, you can think a different world, but do other things. But it's the actions that matter and that have the impact. So that's why I'm emphasizing so much to, when you get up right now, to really start being aware of, like, where am I putting my foot? Where am I putting my, when I have this in my hand, this pen, am I aware of how it senses? And whilst I'm even talking to you, to keep being aware of that pen, for instance, every single action, to be present with it. It's the ultimate buddhi mind, all right? And that's my invitation to you. And that's why I would really invite you to come and join the Heaven on Earth community, where we're going to exactly learn to do that. So looking forward to see you there, and looking forward to also see you next week. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, or share this video, or, let me know what you think of it. Leave me some comments. Let's open a discussion. What do you think is necessary to be here and be now? What do you need to do according to you? So thank you so much. See you next week. Much love. Bye-bye.